Hey, we're the outdoor guys.
Mostly indoors.
And welcome back to another episode.
Today, we're at our hometown, Dover.
So welcome to the town of Dover, the town where we grew up.
The town with a fault.
Dover is a town of scenery, tourist attractions, and history, with a geological history of about 450 million years. And I think there's no better way to introduce it than with the mayor, Tony Keats.
Hey, we're here at the town hall. We're with the mayor, Tony Keats. So Tony, thanks for getting on our video, actually.
No problem, buddy. Great show. I enjoyed it so far. You know, congratulations on moving into your second season.
One of the aspects that a lot of people want to know from us really is where we're from. So we wanted to ask a question, if you can help us just explain a little bit about Dover.
Yeah, no problem. Dover's a small community. It's 673 residents in total. That depends on seasonal, because some come, some goes, fluctuates. You know, we're on the northeastern side of the province in Newfoundland and Labrador. Tourism is a big thing here now. You know, from the Dover Fault Lookout site, which is 410 million years old, geological aspects is huge. A lot of students come here and do their geology thesis and stuff in the universities. We got the Come From Away love story of Nick and Diane in the Broadway musical Come From Away. So that brings a lot of tourists and that into the scope. And then we have the plane crash of World War II, the B-18 bomber that crashed here in 1942 in January. You know, nobody passed away or nobody died in the plane crash, but you know, we had the pilot back several years ago and reminisce with, you know, the stories about what happened in the plane crash. But one of our most things I'd say that, you know, we got going for us is the people, and that's, you know, relevant in what you two guys are doing and what Danny Son is doing with the show.
Well, like you just said, we're going to, everything you just said about the town,
Sure.
we're going to bring out in our show.
Yeah, that's good.
Every aspect of it, and more elaborate on a lot of, try to get it out to the world a bit as much as possible to bring people back.
Yeah, that's
or
good.
Bring people in.
And you know, we've been seeing, I've been watching your show, I've been following you, I've been retweeting it out and watching it on YouTube, and you're doing a wonderful job, and I think it's much needed, especially, you know, the angle that you guys are coming from, especially when it comes from the outdoors part of it, right? Yeah. And you're showing a lot of the area, and I know you're going into much more of the province and what we got to offer. Right?
I find what we're doing is just something different. It's more real, it's more unscripted, it's more, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And pretty, you know, that's what everybody looks for. Everybody's now looking for this, you know, this typical scripted kind of thing.
We're not like that. It is
off the cuff.
This is not scripted.
Two buddies on doing stuff, right?
This exact moment is not scripted.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And I know I send a request out to everybody. You know, if you're not following it, if you're not going on YouTube and watching the two fellows, go on there and do it, and make sure you retweet it out and get it out to the public, right?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, and we just wanted to get in touch with the mayor, and I want to thank him now for coming on and doing the interview with us. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Helping us out with sharing online.
And helping us. And the other thing is, Tony has his own podcast, and I hope you guys go check it out. It's the Chambers on
Spotify. Yep.
Sorry about that, but we'll add the description in our link below. So go check them out. It's a political podcast talking to government people and officials around the island, and it's really interesting.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom.
Have a good one.
Well, what you see here now, this area is just entering the town from the intersection is a beautiful thing. They got a replica of the resettlement. It's a place where you come, have a little picnic. I think it's like a classroom in it or something.
Outdoor
classroom they had there. Which I don't know much about.
It was really set up to help teach kids and anybody, I guess.
But it's a nice place.
About the nature here in
this area. And also, as we call it all of our life, the frog pond. What you see over there, but the resettlement, the replica of the resettlement, is was made and donated from the prop shop there in Air Bay.
All right, so throughout Dover, in multiple different places, we have paintings hung, and they're painted by local artists from the town. And local artists, you'll get to meet them later.
Well,
hopefully.
Might want to be one of them, because we're not sure if two of them's around.
Anyway.
But they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a.
So the town of Dover has many walking trails. This is the walking trail nature reserve here.
It was the closest first coming into town.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a short trail. It was like more like a, well, I guess it's medium if you want to call it on a scale of.
Easy to medium,
yeah, easy.
probably?
Yeah, in between easy and medium.
For the actual difficulty of getting around here?
I say total half kilometer.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, well, I was around that half kilometer, 3/4 kilometer. It's like 2 sections each side. So total about a kilometer.
And we're gonna take you up a part of the trail right now. Come along. Yeah, so this is a loop. You start here or that side, obviously, and you make your way all the way around.
I think this loop was done in the beginning first, and then later on they extended it across the trail and looped around to meet. So it makes a continuous circle, but it crosses over the main trail. And this trail is what we use all of our life, coming from up top of the ridge to go wherever we're going on our ATVs.
You would have seen this.
Yeah, actually seen this.
You would have seen this in some of our videos, actually.
Yeah.
If you watched the first season.
Because there's not many trails to get out of town without going on the road.
All right, come along with us.
Well,
so
quit.
Coming up the trail, there's some moose tracks and stuff. I don't know if you can see that.
We're not far from town.
We're right in town here.
There's beavers out there in the, as we call it, the motto of our life. A lot of wildlife, like you said. Moose.
Yeah, walking right in this trail. And there's benches every couple hundred feet.
No,
or no.
A couple hundred yards.
No, it's not 100 yards. A couple hundred feet. A few hundred feet.
We're using them.
We're at the top of the trail.
Yeah, well, we're at the halfway mark.
Yeah.
I guess it's almost the same distance. You wrap around and you come out where we first start off.
Yeah.
And the flies are crazy.
The flies are nuts right now.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's it.
All right, so we're back here at the trail, where we finished recording the other day, walking up the trail. We're back on our bikes. We're going to take you up to the tower. The tower road is just across the way from us, and
the tower's not there now.
But the tower's not there. We still call it Tower Road.
Yeah.
You'll join us for the ride up.
There's the trail that goes down over the other way, the other part of Cove. Towards the Tony lives. Here's where the tower used to be.
Yeah, so this is where the old tower for Dover used to be, up on the top of the ridge. But essentially a lot of people would remember this, like where the tower used to be. Look, we used to come up here as kids and try to climb up it.
Well, we did climb up it, but only to the first level, and then it got scary.
Yeah.
Very scary.
So anyway,
why did they tear it down?
I don't know.
I guess it was old.
So this is where we used to hang out when we were kids on bikes and stuff when we were growing up. Yeah. And walk up
this
here.
is our route we used to come to get to Airbay Bog. So our only route out of town, really, other than going on the road.
Yeah, and we'll show you that road too, like how you exit the town. You come up here, then you go down the trail that we were walking up the other day. Yeah. And then that takes you to Airbay Bog, and then you can...
It'd be a great place to have, like a town should have a tower here or something, you know what I mean, for a lookout. Because this is one of the highest parts of town.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to be able to see like the town from here. But the trees are growing up pretty tall now, as you can see.
It's one of the cables was, right?
Yeah, and there's the old, that's the base for the tower there.
Oh, that was the base?
Yeah, they used to be over there.
Oh, okay, they moved it.
And then out there's this is a trail that we used to take when we were kids.
No, it's not where.
This one is going out there.
Oh, the one cutting over the ridge.
Yeah, it goes down over that steep hill.
Not that often we use that.
No, and then that's where we just came up from. That's some good eating right there.
The old road the guys just crossed to get up to the tower is known as A. Frank Willis Road. Commemorated by one of the town's murals, A. Frank Willis was known as the one-man band from Newfoundland. He was born in Dover in 1950 and is probably one of the most famous people to ever come from it. He passed away in 2011 in Edmonton, Alberta from cancer.
Hey, welcome to the town, not the town, welcome to the Cove.
Down to Cove, as we call it, all our life.
We wanted to show you this spot because it is pretty scenic, the area around here. And if you're visiting in boat, or you're coming from somewhere else, this is where you would tie up and where you can launch your boats.
About the only place you could, really.
Yeah.
Well, unless you're going to use other people's wharves. But this is the federal wharf, I guess, the floating dock, I call it. Well, it is a floating dock.
Yeah, beyond us is a floating dock, but we're on the actual
Government wharf, I guess.
Government wharf or jetty, whatever you want to call it.
And when we were young, this is where we used to go swimming just down here in saltwater pond. And if you want, we got a video about it. If you want to see it, just click on the link above here right now.
So yeah, where we're located is almost at the beginning of Dover.
Yeah.
Like where we live is sort of behind the hill to
Around the bend, right here. You go out around here, you'll see the point, and then you'll see upper Dover.
Where Austin was just pointing the camera, there's a flag flying up there. That's the lookout for the Dover Fault, and we're going to be going there shortly. Okay, we're off to the next spot. How you doing? We have the privilege today of introducing Roseanne. She was one of the artists that were involved in all the paintings around town.
She's a local artist.
A local artist, and lived in Dover most of her life, I guess.
Pretty much.
And we just wanted to talk to her about the project itself, that how it started, how it came to be, and how she got involved and why she's involved in why she was involved in this project. Anyway, Roseanne, thanks for joining us for the video. And yeah, can you just tell us, like, you know, maybe a little bit about the painting, your painting process for doing all these paintings, and then
Why it came about.
and how it came about.
Okay, well, first of all, it started with the town hall, down the town hall.
Yeah.
And wanted to do a full screen thing of the history of Dover on one mural.
Yeah.
So when we went through the history, we decided as a tourist attraction to start adding singular ones in and placing them on the sites to where it happened. Like this one here was where resettlement happened, so we brought this on this beach.
This is where the exact, that's the
Yeah,
replica of the
this is
exact
the
picture.
exact beach, yes, where it located on the house. And the other one over there with the Caitlin on John Noah's Wharf, but John Noah's Beach rather.
Yeah.
That was all about
Where?
Caitlin. Yeah. And anyway, they all went where you went swimming, like different areas in Dover got noticed as the history of Dover, right?
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. We're going to show you all the different paintings around town and where they're located and
Talk about it a bit.
And again, is there, you got any social media or anything for artwork, or are you selling any art? Or
I
anything?
do sell it. Like it's mostly personal contact. I don't.
Okay.
Like I don't have.
Do you have
website.
Oh, you have an email,
You have any
No,
email?
I got
or-
nothing.
Well, we'll just put your name and contact, your phone number.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, Roseanne is a local artist. She does beautiful work, and we'll show you throughout the town what it looks like. And if you guys, if anyone out there who wants to get in contact with her for doing, buying art from her, or
What type
even-
art do you do mostly?
A lot of landscape stuff mostly. And like I said, I did a Videography project back a while ago.
Okay.
I had a solo show.
Where's that to?
That pieces are gone. So
Oh,
many
sold.
pieces got, so many pieces got sold.
Oh,
and
yeah.
stuff. I got a couple of pieces left on, but no
You
major
get pictures
pieces.
of them?
Yeah, I got some pictures of them.
Show that.
So,
Yeah. Anyway, we'll show you all of her work that's around town, and hopefully we can get some pictures to post on
Well,
our.
I should mention
in our video.
Candy too.
Yes,
Her
daughter.
daughter.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, daughter Candy up. Anyway.
We were hoping to get Candy here with us, but
She's busy.
She's really busy. Candy actually signed this painting. I'm assuming she's the one who painted this one specifically, or both of
Yeah,
us?
well, both of us started it, but
Yeah.
I made her sign her. She didn't want to sign her
Sign
name,
name.
so I made her sign her name.
Yeah. So Kenny is also the other local artist. That's Roseanne's daughter, and we wanted to get her in the video, but she declined.
Scared.
She declined, yeah.
Yes,
She declined.
So anyway, thanks to Roseanne for coming in for the interview. We really
welcome.
appreciate it. Thank you for painting these beautiful paintings and stuff and getting them around town.
Baby's taken down every year too for the
Yeah, for
preserve
winter
it.
time.
And I guess you guys fixes it up.
Yeah, they're in need of repair now. I've been
Yeah.
going for a walk.
But this is a good summer for you to start.
It's a good summer for you to start. Yeah, for sure.
How come Candy didn't want to come here anyway? Really? Like, she only lives right there?
I know. She declined, I think, because there was no payment involved.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there was no
Okay.
kickbacks.
We
for
get
her,
her.
right?
We understand her true motivation.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Candy.
She'll kill me.
So here we are in beautiful Butcher's Cove, and this is the location of the famous picture that was taken behind me of the resettlement that happened in Newfoundland in the 1960s.
Yeah, where it was toned out in. That was my wife's grandfather, actually, Mac Rogers, right?
Yep.
I think it is. Oh, it is.
So right behind us is where that picture was taken, and if you look, you can see it's a beautiful scenery here. It's a beautiful spot to come and think about life. Off to the next spot.
As mentioned, Butcher's Cove is the pictured site of the famous relocation picture. Commemorated by Relocation Park, where we filmed the interview with Roseanne, my great-grandfather Mac Rogers is pictured towing his house by boat from Silver Fox Island to Butcher's Cove. Butcher's Cove was also formerly home to Mac's sawmill that provided wood to surrounding communities. When looking straight out of Butcher's Cove, you can see the neighboring town Hare Bay. 450 million years ago, Butcher's Cove was split down the middle, with half of it sitting on the European continental shelf, and the other half sitting on the North American continental shelf. Today, Newfoundland is set solidly on the North American continental shelf.
We're down at the point opposite from down the Cove. We can see it from this right here. This is a lighthouse they put here, what, a couple of years back?
Yeah. I think it was to showcase, you know, the mariner
life, yeah. Lifestyle.
in Newfoundland. Fishermen, the tragedies that have happened due to people losing their life at sea, and you know, and it's a photo op. to come
Mainly
to
actually
town,
photo
to Dover.
It's a draw card.
It's a Dover lighthouse. Yeah.
Used to be a government warfare 2 years ago. Like the one down there, but I guess they let it all go.
So we're in the Tickle, and this place is, as you can see, used for boats and wharfs, and the reason being is you got Shoal Bay Island right behind us there, and it protects the harbour from wind almost in all directions
except this wind.
Yeah, northeast. And
But
that's mostly what it's used for.
yeah, and just round the bend over here is the mussel bar. You won't be able to see it, but yeah, I guess you'll see it with the drone footage. Well, I don't even know if there's any mussels over there now, but it used to be a lot of mussels.
Yeah, and our town used to be called Shoal Bay. That's why Wellington and Shoal Bay. And
Wow.
now it's Dover, but that's Shoal Bay Island right there behind us.
Guess you'd call it Dover Island now.
Yeah, I guess. Change the name.
And over there too is by the Muscle Bar, just next to it is Sandy Beach, and a lot of people used to go over there when they were young. All of us did. Didn't you, right?
Yeah. And they used to have a train up here, an old steam engine, not a train, but an old steam engine used to be just over
I never
there.
heard about that.
I think for sawmills or something.
And just around the point, it's Capelin Point.
And we'll
Is that what
show
it calls
all that to you in drone footage. On to the next spot. This is the cenotaph for Dover. It's for honouring veterans serving and retired. And we come here every November 11th for Remembrance Day. And behind the actual cenotaph is a replica of a caribou for the Royal Newfoundland Regiment. And there's a lot of history here in the town itself with the Royal Newfoundland Regiment and the Royal Canadian Navy and Canadian Army. And the caribou is their coat of arms and their hat badge. So if you never heard of the story about Beaumont Hamel, that's a really, really interesting story to read, and go check it out.
This is out of my element. Tony is a 20-year veteran. As you can see, he's on the memorial here for his 20 years of service. My grandfather here, Ronald, he was in the forestry unit, overseas and that. So there's Tony, elaborate on your career.
Well, I did almost 20 years in the Navy, not quite, but
you can call it 20 years.
20 years. I was a marine engineer, stationed in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I served on 2 ships, HMCS Athabascan and HMCS Iroquois, as a marine engineer. And
Seen the world.
yeah, I've seen most of Europe, some of Africa, the Mediterranean, South America, the Caribbean, the Eastern Seaboard. It's the normal spots that we go to in the Navy, and been a part of a lot of missions.
You also got acknowledged for a few things you did during.
As the guys mentioned, Tony served 20 years in the Navy as a marine engineer, serving on the HMCS Athabascan and the HMCS Iroquois. During his time in the Navy, Tony acquired medals, rewards, and recognitions. Pictured here are his medals, badges, and Navy pin. From left to right, the first medal is the Operational Service Medal Humanitas. This medal is given to recognize direct support in overseas operations in response to disaster or human conflict, including rescue, relief, and reconstruction. Secondly, there is the Operational Service Medal Expedition. This medal is given to recognize direct support in overseas operations with dangerous circumstance. Third is the Special Service Medal for NATO service, given for 45 days of honorable service performed in approved locations outside of Canada. Tony served 8 months for this. Fourth is the Queen Elizabeth II's Diamond Jubilee Medal. This medal is given to those who have made significant contributions to Canada or outstanding achievement abroad that has brought great credit to Canada. Finally is the Canadian Forces Decoration. This medal is given to those who have completed 12 years of service and maintained a good record of conduct. Tony has also received a Commander's Commendation for his support of Canada's response to the disaster in Haiti. Tony, aboard the Athabascan, diagnosed and rectified a problem with the ship's control system that was impacting the main engines. By conducting this repair, he allowed the ship to arrive in Haiti in time to deliver their much-needed humanitarian assistance. Finally is Tony's Certificate of Service for 18 years of service to Canada. There's much more to be said about Tony's service. By the end of his service, Tony was ranked Petty Officer First Class.
One of the paintings that we wanted to show you and showcase is this one, which was in World War II when one of the bombers flying overseas actually had to ditch their bombs and land in the ocean there. And this is a painting.
Over on the beach, right?
Yeah, and we're going to show you that beach shortly. And this is the painting of the town and the Ottoman pulling the plane on shore.
This is part of the Dover murals too.
Yeah.
One of them.
And it looks like Keisha Collins painted this one.
The playground you see on the right side of the road is known as the Leslie Ronald Baker Memorial Playground. The buildings you see at the end of this road make up the Dover Fish Plant. For years, this has been the main source of income for this town and the people in it, as it's the largest employer for people in the area.
Well, we're now at the famous John Oble's Turn.
And infamous.
And infamous John Oble's. This is where, how many days did everybody that grew up in the 80s, 90s, well, early 90s, after that, not so much. There used to be a shack here, the old pump house. How many nights did we stay here? Because there was nothing else to do in Dover. What?
Yeah. Oh,
That's where we spend almost every night
in our lives.
Yeah.
Standing up, and the old people around town, you say, what are you trying to do? Just keep the shack up?
Yeah.
It's nailed together. So
Well, this is we really had nothing else to do.
no, there was
This was our, well, we had
some hangouts.
back in the late 80s, early 90s, we had a few hangouts to go, but I guess when we ran out of money, we came here and stayed here all the time. What is where everybody hung out?
Yeah.
A
All
lot
the
of people,
teenagers.
like, yeah. Over the time, was many,
A lot of people who's away from
yeah.
Dover now would remember the spot.
Yes.
And
It changed now because
it
there
looks
used to be
good.
like a shack here, I guess. You want to call it? A pump house. Oh,
Yeah, normally there's a painting here, but it's not up yet. I don't see it anyway. Because this beach was actually pretty famous
Cape
right here for
for the
Caitlin rolling in, and
it's where the warplane was towed in.
and up that end is
Oh,
that would be up the other end though.
this end right here used to have a
wharf.
well, we won't have wharf now.
Pierce Collins.
Pierce Collins. And the famous John Oble's Wharf used to be there, and then it was Mac Billy's
And then the big slip, the government.
and the government slip. And also, Austin, just up there on the hill, we're going to get some drone footage of it. The famous big rock where
Again, famous and infamous.
and infamous, where most people a little bit older than we partied, and we disrupted their party.
So this is where the Caitlin rode in on
Yeah,
this beach.
never happened in years though. Now.
Yeah, we haven't seen it in a long time. Hey there everybody, we're back again at Roy Rogers Park, I'll call it, because
Call it the municipal park.
yeah, my goodness. It's something to see. We want to show you guys because it's actually very
wicked.
beautiful and a pretty special place there. And this is located here in Dover as well, and we'll be talking to Roy here shortly, hopefully.
No one knows about this.
No.
Like this is
Well,
this is almost better than most municipal parks.
Come along with it.
But that sign saying, oh, that's that. Welcome to our neck of the woods. There's one fire pit place, anyway. One of probably 2 or 3 you got her. Firewood all ready to go. We need to do is a tent.
We'll head down this way.
Look at the Irish. What was it now?
Wish tree.
Wish tree. I guess you gotta bring something here.
So
and put on it.
Roy's wife was named this place Fern Gully,
Gully.
and it's because all the ferns grow here, as you can see on the ground.
This is the wish tree. So I'm gonna make a wish. Well, we're supposed to bring something. Oh. Know all this stuff? Is it for young kids to come here? Maybe. Yeah, magical. This is called a meditation chair.
Yeah.
You can come here and meditate with these two guys.
It's Danny's first cousins.
Yeah. Come on. Blueberry bushes. Waterfall. What the heck is that all? Hello. Oh, the nippers, the nippers. Yeah. They're awesome.
I was just looking at that trip you took into. Gee, I know the trail hasn't gone bad. Oh, I was in there 3 times. I never ever saw trails as bad as that.
Yeah.
How you getting on, young fella?
Well, we got another Dover resident here with us, and actually more than just a resident.
Was our teacher.
Roy was our teacher when we grew up, and I want to introduce him as Mr. Roy Rogers, and want to thank him for letting us come.
Oh yeah. Anyone can come on the garden and go on the trails. Like I told people, I just don't want people to break up anything or throw garbage and that around.
So I wanted to ask you, essentially, why did you start it? What put it in your head to make something
Make it so full wheel.
I mean, that amount of work and that commitment is not seen very often. You know, it's amazing and beautiful.
Well, I didn't own all this. I just owned a small piece of land that the house is on. But then I found out Key-Cown once owned this, and it was a vegetable garden. All that hill there, that was all grass.
That must have been years ago, because I remember it being more like a blueberry place.
Yeah.
We used to get our blueberries
Yeah,
there.
after he finished with his vegetables and everything.
You're talking about years and years
Yes, he used to work with highways.
Yeah.
And that was the old Lockers Bay Road used to go through there, come up through, and probably right up through my waterfall.
Will you start this after your retirement, or?
Yes, I started after my retirement. I knew this was for sale up there. Major, I think his name is, Calvin Cowan. He went overseas somewhere, and he couldn't look after this, so he sold it to me. And I just like to have a place where you can go and sit down and enjoy nature.
Oh, your own park.
My own park. So I just went up through air and put trails and that through, and really nature took over.
Did you have this plan in mind, the full thing, or just this? Because I remember you just said, I heard about your gazebo one.
One thing at a time. I mean, say you put the gazebo there, and oh yeah, that looks good. And then you go to St. John's somewhere and you see a waterfall. Oh boy, that looks good.
That's a task in itself, right here.
Yeah. So one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And now you see, like you say, what you got. I look at it this way. A lot of people are bored, got nothing to do. I'm never bored.
Was that your main motivation, your grandkids?
Oh yes, grandkids, definitely. People don't realize what you really got there, because I remember we saw last fall, we saw a black bear run across there. And some of the grandkids down Centerville heard about it, and they all came up, "Granda, we heard you got a bear on the garden." So that was all right. The wife said, "Yeah, you're going to have to take them up, you know, give them a little trail. You know, there's no bear up there now." So we left and went up there. I tried to make it so long as I could, to make it as exciting as I could. So that was all right. When we came down through Fern Gully, one of the kids ran out of it. All of a sudden came back, ran a bear.
I said, yeah. Here somewhere. No, she said, the bear right there. Went around the turn, this was the bear, about 30 feet ahead of us. But the bear was eating partridge berries.
Yeah.
Didn't even notice us one bit. So all the kids came and had a look, and I thought, okay, let's get out of this. So we just walked back. Sure, there's people more dangerous than bears now.
Oh yeah. Well, bear.
The bear is a bear.
Get in between the bear and his
cub.
That's when the trouble starts.
And well, every mama protects his young. I don't care. I wouldn't face on the wife.
We seen it the other day with them. Was it?
Oh yeah.
The Cobra chickens.
You guys just
Canadian
phoned and
Cobra
said
chicken.
you were coming, and we were looking at that.
Yeah.
I was
Oh
saying,
my God! With myself.
But the wife,
left alone.
the wife wasn't impressed with the way he lit fire.
No,
she
I wouldn't
said,
say.
She said, I can show him how to light a fire.
Yeah, anybody could. That happens every time.
So I want to thank Roy actually for sitting down with us having a chat and a cuff we would call it, you know, the old timers. So
You calling it an old timer?
no, just that old timers. But if people wanted to come up and have a look at this, Roy, are you okay with them coming?
I'm okay. The only thing I don't want is I don't want anyone to leave their garbage behind. I even had
like you came here.
yes,
the first
that's
gamer.
right.
Thank you very
We met
much
you years ago,
for sitting down with us.
No, thanks, Roy.
Yeah.
There's another fireplace. It actually looks like a big barbecuer. Yeah.
Barbecue pit.
Yeah.
Oh, breathe there.
Diagram. Not that bad.
Oh. So again, thank you to Roy for letting us film in his garden, and
Zeal.
we just want to show you guys because we thought it was pretty special what someone could do by themselves. Essentially, we're getting out of here because this time of year the fly seems to be crazy when we're getting eaten, and
What he said.
there you go.
What happens in town at Dover every now and then. I didn't see the duck crossing though. what is the way? Chickens, ducks. They're doing Cobra chickens.
This is William Mercer Academy, the school Dad, Tony, and I all went to. Throughout the years, it's gone through many changes, but as of today, it's the K-9 school for Dover and Hare Bay. Here we see the school's playground, outdoor classroom, the rink, and the Chris Mongrain Memorial Beach Volleyball Court.
Well, this is on our way up to the
Dover Fault Lookout.
And we're on the trail system, and right there to our left is the B-18 bomber that crashed in Dover.
Well, what year was that?
I think it was 1942. It was World War II.
The bombs where the plane was carrying was dropped in Lockers Bay, right?
I think that's where the plane
I
landed.
believe it is in Lockers Bay, or I heard it was the saltwater pond, but
We're not sure.
not sure about that one. But they dropped bombs.
Anyway, the trail system getting up to the lookout is actually pretty good.
Well, it's new.
If you're need assistance or anything like that, or wheelchair, you I don't think you can make it because there's steps.
No, you can't.
It'd be pretty rough, but you might be able to
You can
do
manage, but it's not wheelchair accessible really.
Yeah.
Well, definitely not to get up to the lookout.
The site, yeah. To the lookout itself.
But you can
But you can take your time. There's lots of resting spots like this one next to the B-18 bomber.
Well, actually, that lookout up there's another lookout up there that actual movie or something. You Are Here. It's like a
documentary.
Yeah, it's like a documentary about Come From Away.
All right, we're going to head up to the top of the hill. See you on the top.
Well, we made it to our final destination of our Dover tour, the Dover Fault Lookout.
Yeah, up here we can see, or you can see, the Dover Fault, each side of the fault line, and it's beautiful, beautiful scenery. You can see the ocean, and the Dover Fault extends from the British Isles right to New York State in the United States, the Appalachian Mountains.
It passes directly through Dover.
But
We're directly on.
the Dover's built in the fault.
Also, the Come From Away love story up here, the love story of Nick and Diane. This is where they fell in love, I guess, or it's where it all happened. It's where it all happened. Well, when they knew it.
Anyway, the Come From Away cast is in Gander right now, and the play is going in there. We believe it's sold out. We're not sure, but if they're watching, thanks for coming to the island. Thanks for visiting our beautiful province.
Hope to come visit this place.
And yeah, hope we see you out around here. Again, thanks for watching the episode. We hope you enjoyed the tour. I'm Tony.
I'm Danny.
And we're the Outdoor Guys.
And today, we're at the Dover Fault Lookout.